And finally, we're going to wrap up this section with a talk about toolbar items. So here in this app, we have the typical navigation bar, but we also have a button for adding a new contact. So we usually use these toolbar items or toolbar buttons for adding a new object, like adding a new contact, composing a new message or an email, creating an album, and so on. So let me show you how to work with toolbar buttons. So here I have a basic main page, and all I have done here is set the title property. And this is purely to display the title here. Okay, now to add toolbar items, we use property element syntax. So content page has a property called toolbar items. Unfortunately, Xamarin Studio is not showing this property in IntelliSense. But that aside, we can add one or more toolbar item elements here. So toolbar item. Now the most important property here is icon, which specifies the name of a resource file in one of our application projects, just like what you have seen before. So for this demo, I'm going to use a new icon called plus.png. Now, if you want to code along with me, you can download the zip file attached to this lecture, and there you can find this image file in various dimensions for different platforms. The other property is text, but this is only shown in certain circumstances, as you will see shortly. So I'm going to set this to new. Here we have an event called activated. Let's handle this event. And here I just want to display an alert. Activated, toolbar item activated. Okay. Now in a real world application, most of the time when the user taps this icon, we display a modal dialog box for the user to enter some information, like composing a message or creating a new album. Now back in the XAML file, we have another property here that you don't necessarily have to set, but I'm going to show you in this demo so you can see how it makes a difference in the appearance of your toolbar item. And that is called order, which can be primary or secondary. Primary is the default value. So I'm just going to add that here for clarification. And next I'm going to duplicate this element. But for the second one, I'm going to use secondary as the order. Now let's run the application. This is what we get. So none of our toolbar items are appearing. And this is a very common mistake because we have not wrapped this page in a navigation page. So toolbar items only appear in the navigation bar. And because we don't have one here, we don't see those items. So back in the app class, I'm going to wrap this main page in a new navigation page. Like this. Let's run the application again. All right, now you see two toolbar items. The one on the top is the primary one, and the one below is the secondary. Note that the text property is only shown for the secondary toolbar item. And when we click either of them, for now, we just get this alert. Now on Android, these toolbar items appear differently. So our primary toolbar icons appear here, and the secondary ones appear under this menu. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to here is that because the navigation bar in Android is blue by default, the icon should be white on a transparent background. In contrast, for iOS, we use a black icon on a transparent background. When that icon is rendered as a primary toolbar item, it will appear as blue. But then when it's used as a secondary toolbar item, it appears as black. So the operating system itself will take care of this. And that brings us to the end of this section. I hope you enjoyed this section and thank you for watching.